Have you ever looked for a quick and easy way to create a glowing text effect in Illustrator? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Hi there everyone, my name is Andrei Marius, and in this Envato Tuts Plus tutorial, I will show you how to create this toxic glowing text effect in Adobe Illustrator. For this tutorial you will need this font from Envato Elements, so make sure to check out Envato Elements, where with a simple subscription you can get unlimited access to millions of creative digital assets such as music, graphics, photos, fonts, and many more. You can subscribe right now with the link in the description. Let's open Illustrator to create a new document. Select pixels from this drop-down menu, set the width of your document to 850 and the height to 450. Make sure that the color mode is set to RGB and the resolution to 300 pixels per inch, and then click this button to create your new document. You can press Ctrl and 0 to fit the artboard on your entire screen. And before we start the work on the design, let's open all the panels that will be used throughout this tutorial. Just go to Window in the menu bar and open the Appearance panel, the Color panel, the Gradient panel, the Layers panel, the Swatches panel, and don't forget the Character panel. Once you're done, you can select the Rectangle tool from your toolbar to create the background for your text effect. Simply click on your artboard, which will open this window where you can easily set the size for the shape that you need to create. Set the width to 870 and the height to 470, and then click OK to create your new shape. Let's select the stroke and just remove the color, and then select the fill and click this gradient thumbnail to fill your selected shape with a gradient. Let's make it a radial gradient and then focus on the gradient sliders. Double click this one, change the color mode to RGB and replace this color with 6, 38 and 15, and then double click this other gradient slider. Again, change the color mode to RGB, replace this color with 10, 25 and 33, and then move to the control panel. Make sure that the alignment is set to artboard and click these two buttons to make sure that your shape covers the entire artboard. Now that you have the background, you can go to the Layers panel and lock this shape to make sure that you will not select or move it by accident, and then you can continue with the text. Let's select the Type tool from the toolbar and focus on the Character panel, where you can set the settings for the text that you're about to add. Start by selecting your Envato Elements font, set the size to 170, increase the tracking to 25, and then click on your artboard to type in Toxico. Press the Escape key to easily switch to the Move tool. Use again these two buttons to move your text in the center of the artboard. Let's move the text a few pixels up, and now let's stylize it. First, you need to go to the Swatches panel and click this non-swatch, which will remove the current text color, and then go to the Appearance panel and click this button to add a new fill for your text. Apply a linear gradient for this new fill, set the angle to -26 degrees, and then focus on the gradient sliders. Double click this one and replace the color with 15, 187 and 125, and then double click this other gradient slider and replace the color with 62, 238 and 202. Return to the Appearance panel and click again this button to add a second fill for your text. Keep it selected, change the blend mode to multiply, and then focus on the Gradient panel to adjust the gradient applied for this new fill. Double click this color stop and replace the color with 75, 250 and 125. Double click this other color stop and replace the color with 0, 199 and again 199. Remember to set the angle to -90 degrees and then go to Effect, Sketch and Bas Relief. Move these two sliders to 1 and 15. Make sure that you select top left from this drop-down menu. Click OK to apply the effect and return to the appearance panel to add a new fill using this same button. Change the blend mode to overlay. Move to the gradient panel and replace the colors with 2, 118 and 44. Double click this other color stop and replace the color with 0, 199 and 122. And then head back to the appearance panel to add another fill. For this one, set the angle to -33 degrees. Replace this gradient color with 75, 250 and 125. Replace this other gradient color with 75, 250 and 211, and then go to Effect, Sketch and Chrome. Move these two sliders to 0 and 10. Click OK to apply the effect. Get back to the appearance panel to reselect this fill and go again to Effect, Sketch, Bas Relief. Keep the settings as they are. Click OK to apply this new effect. Change the blend mode for this new fill to soft light and then add a new fill using this same button. Keep it selected and change the blend mode to color dodge. Set the gradient angle to -90 degrees and then focus on the gradient colors. Double click this one and replace the color with 150, 138 and 145, and then double click this other color stop and replace the existing color with 100, 92 and 97. Get back to the appearance panel and drag this fill below the top one, and then use again this button to add a new fill for your text. Drag it in the bottom of the panel below the rest of these fills. Make sure that you have it selected. First, replace this linear gradient with a random flat color from the swatches panel. Replace this color code with 18, 69 and 74, and then go to Effect, Stylize and Drop Shadow. Keep the blend mode set to multiply and the opacity to 75%. Set both offset values to 10 pixels. Keep the blur at 5 pixels. Click the color and replace it with 18, 69 and 74. Click OK and again OK to apply this effect. And then for the final time, return to the appearance panel and click this button to add one more fill for your text. Drag it below this other fill. Make sure that you keep it selected and go to Effect, Stylize and Outer Glow. Change the blend mode to normal and the color to 49, 252 and 34. Increase the opacity to 100%, lower the blur to 4 pixels, click OK to apply this effect and go one more time to Effect, Stylize and Outer Glow. This time change the blend mode to Screen and the color to 128, 252 and 71. Lower the opacity to 40%. Increase the blur to 20 pixels. Click OK to apply this effect, and this will be your text effect. For the final touches, let's grab the ellipse tool from the toolbar and use it to create an 80 pixel circle. Fill this new shape with 9, 207 and 42, and then go to Object, Create Gradient Mesh. Enter 3 for both rows and columns. Click OK to turn your shape into a gradient mesh, and then switch to the direct selection tool from your toolbar, which can be used to select gradient mesh points. Hold down the Shift key to select just these 2 points and replace the color with 134, 252 and 68. Now using the Move tool you can easily scale your mesh. Holding down the Alt key you can drag copies, make them different sizes and spread them around your text until you end up with something that's somewhat similar with this. Once you're done, move to the Layers panel, select this top mesh, move to the bottom, hold down the Shift key and select this bottom mesh to easily select all the meshes from your design. Press Ctrl and G to group them and then go to Effect, Stylize and Drop Shadow. Keep the blend mode set to multiply, lower the opacity to 15%, set both of these offset values to 1 pixel, lower the blur to 0, change this color to black, click OK and OK to apply the effect, and then go to Effect, Stylize and Outer Glow. Keep the blend mode set to screen, change the color to 98, 249 and 90. Lower the opacity used for this effect to 75. Lower the blur to 3 pixels. Click OK to apply the effect. And with this final touch, your design is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Remember to hit that like button as it helps me know that I did a good job. Subscribe if you are not already and don't forget to click the little bell icon to be notified of any new tutorials. If you are looking to learn even more, you can always check out some of the many tutorials that Envato Tuts Plus has to offer. I'm Andrei Marius and I'll see you in the next video.